Hey, how you doing? It's the Down the Game here. Otherwise, you might also know me as Sonic Freako 1 if you follow me on Twitch. So, this is going to be a pretty quick video, I think. It's pretty much just going to explain things that have been happening in like the week and so forth. So, main thing I want to get on about. Right, first thing is first. I had a week off of recording and streaming because I had a wisdom tooth out in my right top corner. It did not go well. My body reacted badly and I had like vomiting and fainting and that shit. So yeah, that's why I had a week off of recording and streaming. However, once that week was up, I started recording again. Then I was like, alright, this is good. Let's try doing some streaming. That's where the problem starts. So, Australian internet. Not the best, yeah? I think it's safe to say Australia has pretty shitty internet. It hasn't been that much of a problem, to be honest. I have been able to stream for many months. I don't think it's been a year yet. But yeah, so I've been streaming for a while. It works most of the time. For some reason, though, right at this current point in time, my upload is very unreliable. It's supposed to be able to get up to 10 megabits a second, like about, roughly 10,000 kilobits. So, unfortunately, it does not do that. I have set my bitrate for streaming to be 3,000 kilobits a second. Because I found any higher, if I did any higher than that, there'd be frame drops like pretty much always. So I dropped it to 3,000, and that worked fine for a long time. Like I've been using that for Super Mario Maker and like all my streams. It's been perfectly fine. Unfortunately, though, the last couple of days I tried to stream Super Mario Maker, and it wouldn't work. So then the next day, which is the day I'm recording this now, I tried doing some Tasmanian Tiger. Once again, same problem. My upload speed keeps fluctuating. Like, it'll get up to about 4,000 kilobits a second, which is good. That's what I want it to be at, because at 4,000 I can actually stream without frame drops. Unfortunately, though, it's very unstable, so it'll stay there for like a second, and then next thing you know, it's down to like 1,000 kilobits, which is not good. So it keeps fluctuating. As a result, OBS keeps giving me a red square because the frames just can't handle it. Like, the frames just keep dropping, like, a lot. Like, it was like a couple minutes or whatever, and I had dropped, like, over 1,000 frames and stuff, and it was just terrible. Like, it just wouldn't work. It just kept dropping the frames. Like, every couple seconds, you just drop frames for a couple seconds, then stop, and then drop some more frames. So, right at this moment, I'm going to postpone doing any more streaming for the moment. Because Australia has a thing called the NBN, which is supposed to be our solution to having some fast internet. Well, fast internet, I should say. Unfortunately, the government decided to be cheap, and they decided to try and speed up the process, which is always a great idea, isn't it? Yeah, so they tried to speed up the whole getting the NBN out there, and they made it wireless. So the problem there is the tower we have for our wireless NBN. It's actually pretty close. Like I can actually pretty much see it. Like if I look over some trees, I can sort of see it in the distance. Like it's pretty close. But still, the problem is the tower has not been designed for the amount of traffic that it's receiving, right? So there's too many people trying to access this one NBN tower, right? So as a result, it seems we do not get the speeds that we should be getting. And as a result, right now my upload speed is becoming very unreliable and I can't stream as a result of that. So I apologize that I haven't been able to stream. I really want to, because streaming is by far my favorite thing. Don't get me wrong, recording is fine, but there's just something about streaming with a live audience that just gives you that something more enjoyment, and I get like that live feedback. It also lets you fix problems like audio and stuff like straight away. Yeah, so that's what's happening. So streaming at the moment is on hiatus until it can be fixed. I think I'm just gonna have to wait till like the government or something decides to step in and fix the goddamn tower. Like, apparently it's not that hard. Like my brother, he's like this. He's like the computer nerd type of person, and he said that like all they have to do is like make a couple of minor adjustments, like to allow more bandwidth. Because right now there's just not enough. People can't, like, there's just too many people trying to use it, and the tower is not providing enough. I don't know why you wouldn't just have the tower set to maximum to begin with, because eventually you're going to have a lot of people using NBN. Because why? I don't know why anybody in their right mind would want to use copper when NBN is faster. Like, don't get me wrong. When the NBN works, it is definitely faster than the copper wiring that we used to have. But at least the copper wiring was stable, so with the copper wiring, we would always get about 16 megabits a second for download, and unfortunately, that's the thing though. Download was fine for copper wire, but unfortunately, the upload speed on the copper was like 1. It was like 1 megabit a second, and it was just terrible. It took me like a whole day to upload a single video to YouTube, so yeah. I mean, on the bright side, I can still upload videos because the fluctuating doesn't really affect it too much. It's only when it's the live streaming. I can't do it with a fluctuating up like an upload speed. It needs to stabilize, but it doesn't. It just keeps going up and down, and it goes way too far down. Like I mean, I know it's gonna fluctuate. Obviously, nothing can just be completely stable, but it goes from like really high to really low so often. It's like at times OBS tells me that apparently sometimes the upload speed is at 0, which is like, okay, that's very bad. That's not good. So yeah. Anyway, that's all the streaming stuff. As far as YouTube goes, I just finished recording the last of Dungeon Defenders 2. I know that game wasn't really much of a good YouTube series for me. But I got it out of the way because I just wanted to get it done, like actually play it and finish it, see what it was like. Next time, I haven't yet to decide what I'm going to do after that game. It'll probably be something on my Steam library. Now, luckily, I have my Steam open. You won't be able to see it because I'm just looking. But yeah, I've got some games in my library that I could try. I also apparently have Doom closed beta. I was thinking maybe I could do like a let's try. I haven't done one of those in a very long time, so maybe I could download, like I could install the beta, the closed beta for Doom, and I could give that a go, see what that's all about. I haven't really played Doom games like at all, so I probably wouldn't be the best at it. But yeah, could give that a go. There's also some other games I was thinking about, like maybe Trackmania. That's a pretty recent game, Trackmania Turbo. I recently got that, played a little bit of it. I was thinking maybe I could make a series from that. Maybe even do some... Well, I can't live stream right now, obviously, but maybe in future when my upload is working better, like my internet, I could actually try doing that. So yeah, I have some games. Like I got some games I could buy, like maybe. I don't really have too many games left in my library that I haven't played. There's a couple games. There's like Drifter, which is I did Let's Try on. It's kind of like a space exploration thing. You got Flat Out 2, which is it's like a Destruction Derby type of racer game. Kind of like not really like I guess sort of like, yeah, like a derby game. Like if you ever played the old Destruction Derby games, it's kind of like that, I guess. It's a pretty good game. Like I really enjoyed the other Flat Out games that I played, and I could do that. Do some Flat Out 2. There's Orcs Must Die 2, which is another tower defense. I don't think I'll record that because the problem I have with tower defense games is I take too long. It's not good for YouTube. It's good for me, like if I'm playing by myself, sure, that's fine, but it just takes me too long to play tower defense games. There's also Trials Fusion. It's a bit old now, but I haven't really played that game either, so there's that. And then, as I said, there's also the the games I have on my wish list that I could like buy, maybe. There's like a whole bunch of games I have on my wish list I could try looking at. Maybe check out TIE 4, because the original TIE on PC just came out. Like they did a HD remake. So I could try playing Tie 4. It's kind of a different game to the other 3 games, so could give that a go. But yeah, that's all going to be something I'll figure out later on. Yeah, so right now, basically what you need to take from this is no upload, there won't be any streaming for a little bit, unfortunately. I probably won't be able to upload any more Super Mario Maker because that was from live streams as well. I could just try and record Super Mario Maker, but I find recording that is really frustrating. It's a lot better to stream Super Mario Maker because you get live feedback and the people who actually make the levels are there. Because I always play the level of someone who's actually there, who's made that level. Or, like, you know, they've given me the code or whatever. Because at least that way they can sort of, if I get stuck and, like, if it's something really, like, really obvious, like, not really obvious, they can be like, oh, you might need to know this to do this. Like, for example, I didn't know anything about shell jumps for, like, a long time, but now I can do the whole shell jumping and that kind of thing pretty well. So, yeah, I think I'll have to find something else to replace that. I was thinking perhaps getting back into doing Warframe again. I keep going on and off with that. Like, I do it sometimes, but then sometimes it doesn't really do that well, and then other times it does alright. I don't know. It's just, sometimes, I find with Warframe, I don't really make much progress in it. It's sort of just me doing a lot of grinding, and I don't really think that's particularly interesting for someone to, like, to watch. Just watching me grind away, getting some resources. It's like, because it takes a really long time in that game, because a lot of material is pretty rare to find, and you have to like just do the same mission over and over to try and get that material. It gets kind of tedious, and I wouldn't really think that'd be very fun to watch. But yeah, that's something I could try and get back into, do some Warframe. I do still play Warframe, like I usually play it like a couple times a week. It's pretty fun still, even if it can be a bit tedious at times. But yeah, don't forget though, if you do have any game suggestions, I'm always open to any kind of suggestion. I think what I will do is, I think I will give that Doom beta thing a go. I could do like a let's try, or maybe like a couple. I could do like a couple episodes, maybe like just like a little short thing. It wouldn't be anything too much. It wouldn't be a series because it's just a closed beta, so I'd just do a couple videos maybe. And yeah. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Internet sucks, so streaming is not happening, but don't worry, YouTube stuff will still be fine. That the internet doesn't really affect me too much for that. So you got Mario Kart, Splatoon, they're going to be on the same days from now on, so whenever Mario Kart goes up, you have Splatoon usually after it, about 5-6 hours or so after that, I think. Yeah, something like that, I know. Yeah, and then the next day, I was going to have Super Mario Maker and then Dungeon Defenders 2, which obviously, now that I finished recording that, it's going to be some new game, which I haven't played yet. Unfortunately, I can't do the Super Mario Maker thing too much because I can't stream it, and I don't really want to record it because it's just not very fun. I tried recording it in the past, and I just couldn't really do it very well. So, yeah, I think I'll just stick to doing what I'm doing. I might very well bring Warframe back. I think that might be a very strong possibility. So, you know, let me know in the comments and stuff if there's games you want to see, or if you're happy to see Warframe return. If you, I don't know, if you've got any game suggestions, that's always welcome. But yeah, unfortunately, live streaming will be off for the time being. So I do apologize for that. It's out of my hand. I can't really control the internet that's here and the shittiness of Australia. But yeah. One thing I think I will be doing in the near future, when Ratchet and Clank comes out, the movie and the game, definitely think I'll do a series on that maybe. I haven't got a PlayStation 4 yet, but I will be buying one once Ratchet and Clank comes out because I'm a big fan of that series and I'm gonna look forward. I'm really looking forward to it. It looks pretty good. So yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for checking out this little video. It's just a little heads up on things that will be happening and things that have happened, and yeah, shitty internet. Anyway, guys, I guess I'll see you around sometime.